Hello, everybody. Here we are. It's vlog number 23, and I'm your host, Jaime. I'm Rod Serling, witness for your approval. A shut-in cartoonist, chugging coffee, and aimlessly scribbling lines through life. Anyway, yeah, I'm second cup of coffee. Already had done laundry, folded, put away this morning. Ate breakfast, showered, said the coffee, and going to be working on the graphic novel today. But I do want to start, I should say, by thanking everyone who wrote to me after my vlog yesterday. I somewhat apologize. I didn't mean to get that deep, almost gloomy. And I said that at the top of the vlog because I had a lot on my mind. I had other things too that I left out. And but the train had already left the station on that one, and thank you for understanding, and I'm glad a lot of you related to it, and we have that communication, which is wonderful, and I thank you. I doffed my cap. Speaking of which, Southern Pacific, talking about the train left the station, grew up, as a lot of you know, in Sacramento with some of you, and lived right next to the tracks. And I used to play on those trains. Shouldn't have, but I used to play on those trains a lot. In high school, I actually took a couple of jaunts to Southern California on the trains. I learned over the years how to figure out which way the trains are going, what cargo, what was going where, and through actually interviewing, we used to call them bums, but interviewing hobos, train riders back in the day, and when they had cabooses, the caboosemen, usually the conductor and one of the brakemen would be sitting back there, and they would always let us, I was always on my own usually, come aboard, and I'd ask a zillion questions. I loved the business. I wanted to become a railroad engineer. I would still love to be one. Um, Unfortunately, back in those days, you had to be grandfathered in, and usually somebody in your immediate family. So, I was SOL on that one. But anyway, as I said, graphic novel, be doing that today. I'm on the last bit of it, penciling, and then I get to start inking using the new pen, along with my regular brushes and pens. Um, Wanted to talk about a little bit about critical thinking and common sense, and I'll make it fast. Um, Not that I'm some high-minded guy. Yeah, I minored in critical thinking in college. I didn't even know what the term critical thinking was until I was fortunate enough to take classes with. This was when I was up at Sonoma State with. He's gone now, I believe. I think he passed away. Professor Richard Paul, who is somewhat known as like the Michael Jordan of critical thinking. And one thing critical thinking teaches you is that you don't know everything. Or maybe the more layman terms would be that bumper sticker you see around, don't believe everything you think. And that is what brings me to something on the news I just recently saw up in Michigan. A woman, well, there's a protest going on about the COVID, and they think it's hysteria, and they're being tricked. And this one woman wearing a MAGA hat of all things was complaining that their governor, whose name escapes me, um, was trying to rule them like it's a fiefdom, like the governor is going to command them like she's royalty. And the irony wasn't lost on me as this woman is wearing a Trump hat, a red MAGA hat, and didn't Trump just say how the presidency is like the final word? It's like a fiefdom, and he's the kingdom, and yeah, it's just, I don't know. You start to lose hope in humanity. Let's just put it that way. And I don't know. I just think just a little bit more thinking. There's been a few things on Facebook. Again, I just pass them. I read them, and then if I don't agree, I just pass them. But there's some actual acquaintances and friends from my past that are spewing some misinformation that they want all businesses to open, and they're saying that this has been going on. The coronavirus has been around since the end of last year, beginning of this year, and people flew around fine. And they're missing the point that it's hitting now. That was the incubation. That was the very beginning. It's hitting now. Again, you do you. That's maybe this is a whole Darwinian thing, right? Who knows? Anyway, finally, wearing my Home of the Brave T-shirt. It's one of my favorite podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts. This American Life, Home of the Brave. I listen to Bill Burr. I just think he's funny. And also Mark Maron. Yeah, WTF. But Scott Carrier is great, and you should listen to him. He's not so much politically leaning. He's very he's a quirky reporter, man. He gives great stories on just, and sometimes they're 2 and 3 parters of like someone who's manning the outpost of say some a national recreation area that's out in the prairie in the middle of nowhere, and it's like this one person, and he'll go in and interview them and how they got into it, what they did before. It's fascinating. So Home of the Brave, check that out if you can. That's where I got the shirt. I helped floats a little bit of money that I had, not much. And speaking of which, corntortillapress.com. If there's anything on there you see, let me know. And like I said, I'm still doing those commissions, man. Jill Zorn Gillette, who Jill I went to junior high and high school with, she's very pleased with her piece. I posted it. It's a crappy photo, sorry, but I posted it on my website. It's corntortillapress.com. Go over to commissions, and for $50, I will send you a one-of-a-kind original piece. It'll be a surprise, because it'll be a surprise to me even when I sit down and go, oh, I'll do this. And I take my time with it, but I mean, it still gets out in relatively fast order, and I do it between doing all this other stuff. The money helps me keep the lights on here and the roof over this head, so I won't be doing these from a tent under the freeway over here in Oakland. I hope not. And yeah, and if you just want to look at the webpage and just check it out, man, and see what you like. Ooh, I've gone way over time. Thank you, everyone, for the responses yesterday, and for putting up with me. And I enjoy being part of your day. Hit me up, man. Say something to me. Email me. Put the comments below. You could say something. Look at the website. You don't have to buy anything. You can just look at stuff. You can say, hey, I really like that one piece. I can give you one of my boring, stories on how it came about. If you have to go out, and please make it more essential. I know some of you, yeah, it's all a hoax, but it's getting to be like the flat earthers, and it makes me crazy. It's just logic. It's just common sense. So stay indoors. If you have to go out and do stuff 6 feet or more apart, wear those masks, wash the hands, and the most important of all, be kind to one another. This is great. We're all still in it together, and we see we're managing to communicate somehow. We can't be stopped. All right, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.